It's day 2 of the Body Shaping for Women Over 50 series, and I have a beautiful recovery stretch for us. Let's go. All right, Killer Bees, let's get moving and grooving nice and slow. That means that we're starting with some arm circles and high knees. And yes, even on a recovery stretch day, we are starting with the warm-ups because honestly, I love to get started this way. This is how my body knows that we're doing a little bit of moving. You guys, welcome to the very gentle workout. I'm Pahla B, your best middle-aged fitness friend. And you guys, how do you feel today? You feel pretty good after yesterday's push day? If you randomly just clicked on this and didn't know that yesterday was day 1, that there was actually a day 0 part of this series. This is the Body Shaping for Women Over 50 series, and we are doing some body shaping. Yesterday we had a fantastic push day with strength training, and I tell you what, I'm feeling pretty sore. How about you? I feel the exact right amount of sore, and that's what I want you to kind of tune in with today. Did you push enough? Did you push too much? Did you push just right? How does your body feel? Again, having had years of experience with this, I know the exact right amount of sore that I want to feel after a workout. If yesterday was your first push day, this might feel a little bit weird. This might feel like maybe you don't really want to get moving and grooving today, and maybe it was kind of tough to even push play. I mean, both literally because your arms are sore, but also like, I don't really want to move. Let's go ahead and do some booty kickers with arm crossers. I'm 100% doing this wrong. Arm crossers with booty kickers. No matter what I do, this feels super awkward today. That's funny. I'm used to moving faster, and I'm trying really deliberately to move slowly. Today is meant to be a slow moving day. This is the gift that we give ourselves after a push day, is a day where we still move because it feels so good once you're done. It might not feel good right now if you are particularly sore, but it feels good after you've moved and gotten the blood moving through your body and just kind of woken up your parts and woken up your heart and let your muscles do some real good recovery work. Here's the thing. Your muscles need to rest to recover, but your muscles are also used to moving. So we're just moving very gently today, really making sure that we're moving through our full range of motion. I'm actually going to stop doing this one and go directly into the Welcome to My Homes because that one felt really difficult to moderate and go slow. Today is not a fast moving workout. We are dynamically stretching, meaning that it is not a static stretch. We're not really holding any position for a great length of time, but we are working on our flexibility in a different way, both mentally, because you really have to be kind of mentally flexible to get through this series, but also you need to be physically flexible. And one of the nicest things that you can do for sore muscles is to use them again gently in a way that elongates them and really lets them know that it's totally okay to stretch back out and to go back to their normal shape and length. Also, moving your muscles, again, like I said, it helps get some of the blood flowing to them, which helps them recover and repair. We do not want to do anything too strenuous the day after a push day. Today I don't even have the timer on. I will tell you. True story. I have done no timer workouts several times in my career here on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for 7 years now. And one time I thought I was doing this super fast. I mean, it felt quick to me. In my mind, it was like a 15-minute workout, and it was 45 minutes. And another time when I was trying really hard to make sure that it was like condensed and easy and not too long, it was 30 minutes. I'm going to try really hard today to keep today between like 15 and 20 minutes max. It's all we need. We don't need to be pushing any more than just something light and gentle. What I'd like you to focus on today is really thinking about your body, really thinking about what do you feel, where do you feel it, and how can you stretch and at least start to relieve it. For me personally right now, I'm feeling this one right here in my chest, which is exactly where I want to feel it because, oh my goodness, my chest and my shoulders and my hamstrings are where I'm feeling the most soreness. Go ahead and do a quick little body scan right now if you haven't already, and just notice where you feel sore, where you feel strong, where you feel perfectly fine. For me, a little surprising, my abs feel great. My abs don't get really sore very often anymore. We're gonna go ahead and do some swooping windmill tappers, or tapbacks rather. And what that means is simply that we're going to have our feet nice and wide. Go ahead and come on down into this nice and wide. We're not going to have both hands up because again, my shoulders are really sore, but we're going to swoop. And while we tap back, we're going to swoop down. Hands up and then swoop down. Now I am actually legitimately aiming to touch my foot. My hands are doing basically jumping jacks. Basically. So they're not up the entire time. I'm trying very hard to think about pulling back with my shoulders so that my chest is getting a really nice stretch. And even though this is a bit of a curtsy motion, I'm really thinking about actually stretching out my hamstrings. So I'm not really focusing on that tap back, not trying to put any weight on that back foot because I would much rather really think about the inner and outer thigh and the hamstrings getting a real nice stretch here. Now I am moving quickly enough, and of course I got my hands up overhead, that I'm starting to feel a little bit of cardio effect. We're not really trying to go fast today, but you will notice that your heart rate comes up. There will be a little bit of sweat today, not a lot. Tomorrow is more of a cardio. In fact, tomorrow is a cardio day. So tomorrow we'll sweat, and tomorrow we'll move something like this a little bit faster. Today, this is much more about a dynamic stretch, letting your muscles know that it's totally okay to rest and repair. Now, how did you do on rest last night? I am curious about that. I'd love to know. You can leave me a comment about anything that you're noticing about, about your balance, for example. Or about the body shaping program, how you're feeling. Sometimes, especially if yesterday was your very first push day, sometimes that actually can be really tough to sleep because your body has done something really different. You might be feeling really sore today and a little bit tired because it was kind of difficult to rest. These are all signals that you pushed maybe a little bit past your limits. Totally okay to spend some time figuring this out. I don't expect you to get this perfect your first time out of the gate. In fact, even your second, your third, your fourth, or your fifth time out of the gate. Learning what push feels like and what recovery feels like, what moderate feels like, it is a months-long process, truly, especially if this is new to you. Let yourself learn. Let yourself listen to your body. You guys, coming up next, we're going to do some high knee twists. Again, really kind of working those hamstrings or stretching those hamstrings today. I made sure, because that's where I'm feeling it, that I'm going to get a nice stretch here. So what we're going to do is bring up one high knee and just twist into it. So hands stay nice and low. This won't be nearly as much cardio, but we are going back and forth, a little bit of balance work, making sure that you're pulling in your core, even if your abs are sore, your core can handle this. We're raising one high knee at a time and basically doing like a welcome to my home against it. So whichever knee is up in the air is the direction that you are twisting so that you can really feel that stretch way down deep into your hip and your glutes. Oh my gosh, excellent job. The other thing that you might notice today, that you might have noticed yesterday and may notice today, is you might not have been very hungry yesterday. You know, when we were talking about eating for tomorrow, but making sure that you are eating enough to recover, we were talking about eating just a little bit over your baseline and making sure that you get plenty of protein. But I know for me, sometimes on the actual push day, I'm not very hungry. That is, generally speaking, for me, an indicator that I got right up to my level of what's push and what's too much, because then your metabolism doesn't really know what to do. So you might not have been super hungry yesterday, but you might, because today is nice and mellow, nice and gentle, you might be super hungry today. Either one is fine. I want you to know that eating for recovery today or yesterday, both of those are going to serve you. Learning to listen to your body's signals and really honoring them, paying attention to them, eating when you're hungry, feeding your body what it is asking for is such an important part of this part of your journey, especially if you have just finished losing weight and you're so used to thinking about regimenting. I have to eat the same number of calories. I have to be super, super careful with that. Now it's time to really listen. Your body, when it is operating optimally, will tell you exactly what it needs. It will tell you when it's hungry. It will tell you when it's not hungry. It will tell you when it's tired. It will tell you when it's sore. This body shaping program is all about tuning in, paying attention, and listening and honoring your beautiful, beautiful body. Wow, we get some lovely body shaping results. My friends, coming up next, we're going to do overhead side bends, which is exactly what it sounds like. We're going to have our feet nice and wide. Feel that stretch just for a quick minute. Feel that stretch on your inner thigh there. In fact, we're going to kind of back and forth just a little bit. It's like a lunge, but we're not really lunging. Just going to really feel our inner thighs here. Our inner thighs, technically speaking, were not prime movers yesterday, but I noticed with those curtsy lunges and all the squats that we did and everything, that my inner thighs are really feeling a little something today too. So we're just going to go back and forth a couple of times here. And then we're going to stand just a little bit closer, because what we're going to do is bring our feet in, and then we're just going to go overhead in a side bend, really feeling that stretch all down your side. I'm particularly noticing it up into my armpit, which is exactly where I wanted to feel it, but also down into my abs. We did a lot of oblique work yesterday, and so the sides of your abs might really be feeling like they did some oblique work yesterday. That's where your obliques are. So we're just stretching them out nicely, gently. Your knees are soft but strong. Of course, your core is pulled in. No matter what we're doing, we're keeping our core pulled in. We're breathing, feeling good stretch, even into your triceps, down into your back, your upper back muscles especially. Feeling really lovely with this gentle movement. Awesome job. You are welcome, if it feels good, to hold on to this position for a couple of seconds. Totally okay. There's nothing like inherently wrong with static stretching. I choose dynamic stretching because it feels best for me. When I do static stretching, and we will at some point in time on this program, I know lots of people love static stretching. It's not my personal favorite, so that's why I didn't start with it this week. But at some point in time, we will do some static stretching so that you can really feel the flexibility that you get from holding a stretch for a certain length of time. When it beeps again, beeps again. There's no beeping today. Coming up next, though, talk about muscle memory. You guys, my mouth has some muscle memory. Coming up next, we're going to do some posture pulse side steps. So we're not going to be just standing in one place here. You're going to have your hands out to the side. And as we side step, you're going to open up as wide as you can. And then you can close all the way or a little way. It really doesn't matter. This is meant to be a huge stretch on your chest. Should feel really good. I mean, this one, honestly, this one always feels good just because we do so much hunching over in our normal day-to-day activities that really opening up your chest feels amazing. Now, I know that we used those big back muscles a lot yesterday, so opening up your chest muscles might feel like a bit of a squeeze back there. Don't you worry, my friend. We're going to get those muscles too. We're going to just open it up right now, really focusing on feeling this stretch in your chest. And every time you feel a stretch, it means that there is work on the equal and opposite exterior part of your body. Somewhere else, wherever you are stretching, somewhere opposite on your body is doing some work. Oh my goodness, my friends. Excellent job. And then let's really curl down into it. And stand up. Still doing those side taps. And curl down in. Really, this is almost like a standing cat and cow. We're really curling, stretching those upper back muscles, really pulling almost on your shoulders, pulling your shoulders forward. So again, with the opposite muscles, now we're using those chest muscles that we just stretched and stretching those back muscles that we just squeezed. Awesome job. Feels good to have a little bit of movement. Coming up next, we're going to do some overhead step backs. And what that means is that we're going to reach up overhead while we're stepping back. You guys, I tell you what, I don't know that stretches have names. I mean, unless I were to tell you that we're stretching our hip flexors as well as our chest muscles. I mean, I could do that, but I also really like to describe the motion in the title of the exercise so that I remember what it is that I wanted to do. So we're going to step back while that same hand on the same side reaches up overhead. I can get a little bit of curve in my back because that feels good. If that doesn't feel good to you because of lower back issues or whatever, don't do it. Now this one I am actually almost more static stretching just because of the balance work involved. I want to make sure that I'm not going too fast and throwing myself completely out of balance. So really letting myself find my balance with that step back, really feeling the stretch right here in your lower abs down into your hip flexors, of course up into your chest, and oh, thank goodness, down on my quads. Didn't realize just how tight my quadriceps were too, but all those squats and lunges we did yesterday, they're showing up everywhere. This is my favorite thing about a recovery day. You really get to know your body when it's a little bit sore. You really get to kind of analyze, okay, what did I do and how did I do it? And was that the movement pattern that I was aiming for? This is something important to really notice, my friends. If you feel particularly sore in a place that seems very odd, for example, if you feel particularly sore in a joint, your hips, your shoulders, your elbows, your knees, your ankles, that tells you something about how you were standing and how you were using your muscles. If you feel particularly sore on a muscle where you're like, did I even use that? Like maybe your calf muscles or your forearm muscles, that also has some information about how you were moving. Thankfully, today, I feel sore in the places that I expected to, my major muscle groups. And when I'm moving through certain range of motion, it's like, oh, that's right. That's that exercise that I did yesterday. So generally speaking, I feel sore where I expect to. You guys, we're going to do a couple more of these. And then yes, I even have a finisher on a stretching day. Paula, how rude. But my friends, I promised you way back when we got started on day 0, I promised you that we were going to do a little bit of balance work every single day. This is intended to be a little bit. I don't have a timer, so we'll just see how little bit it actually is, but we're going to do some Drinky Birds. That is, yes, a fancy name for single leg deadlifts, but it is also an excellent way to really stretch out your hamstrings. I'm going to start on my left side. It's not a hold. We're really going to think about standing up straight and tall. Pull in your core. You're going to run your hands right down the front of your left leg while your right leg is coming up back behind you. Wherever you can get to, this feels like an amazing stretch on my left hamstring, and then I'm going to come right back up. We're not trying to hold this for any length of time. Yes, it's balance work, but it's not cruel balance work, my friends. We're just moving very slowly, pulling in our core, finding a nice spot to stare at and really thinking about that stretch. Sometimes when we're doing Drinky Birds, I really want you thinking about that leg pulling up behind you and the work that you're doing. Right now, I want you to feel that beautiful stretch. Where you feel the stretch is an excellent indicator of where you're working from. This is something to notice. When you feel the stretch on the outside of your leg or down in your calf, bring the work up into your hamstrings, my friend. Excellent job. We're just going to do one more here. And then we're going to cool it down a little bit. I know we didn't even really get sweaty today, but we did some excellent work. Oh my goodness, of course I'm going to fall out of the last one. My friends, let's go ahead and do some side tappers with some arm circles while I finish up telling you what a wonderful job you did today. This was not too much, but boy, oh boy, was it enough. Am I right? I know. You might, friends, if you have not already downloaded the information resource that goes along with this body shaping series, please make sure that you open up the description box below because it really does contain all the information information about everything we're doing this month. It's a roadmap to what we're going to be doing. I already told you tomorrow's going to be a cardio day. It's going to be moderate though, not super intense, nice low impact, meaning absolutely no jumping, but a moderate intensity. Let's go ahead and do arm openers. Oh, feel that stretch again. I love this one so much. And arm closers. Give yourself a hug and a pat on the back, because you know what? Sometimes, maybe if you weren't super sore, sometimes it's really hard to kind of go slow and to really appreciate the stretch and the recovery when you're like, well, no, maybe I should push a little bit more. My friends, everything about this program is about doing the right thing on the right day in the right order to get the results you're looking for. So good job making yourself do this exact workout today, my friends. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for cardio.